everyone, it's Clarice and today I'm finally wearing different clothes in a video. But also today, I'm going to be doing another Saturday Reads. Which means it's time for me to tell you about the books I've read recently, the book I'm currently reading, and what I plan to read over the course of the next week or so. So this week, I started and finished two books, the first of which is The Ally of Law by Brandon Sanderson. This book is the first in a spin-off Flintlock fantasy trilogy for the Mistborn trilogy, which is one of my favorite series of all time. I'm not going to say much about it because I plan to put up a review for it in a few days. I love the action, I love the nostalgia from the original Mistborn trilogy, I love the dialogue, I love the characters. Generally, I loved it. The second book I finished this week was Damned by Chuck Palahniuk. Again, I plan to put up a review for this later this week, so I won't say much. But generally, I liked it. I had some problems with it, but actually, overall, I ended up enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Even though this novel actually contains content that I personally would consider very much outside of my own comfort zone. But I still ended up liking it so much more than I thought I would, which is a pleasant surprise. And after reading his writing in this book, I really do look forward to reading more of Chuck Palahniuk's work. Also this week, if you didn't already notice, clearly I've gotten obsessed with putting sticky notes on my books. Obviously, I have a problem. Currently, I'm reading the same book that I was currently reading last week, and that book is The Golden Compass, the first book in the His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. I'm going through this book relatively slowly, not because it's actually a slow book, or not even because I don't like it, but just because this book is massive, okay? It contains the entire trilogy, and because there's absolutely no way that I'm going to even attempt to bring this in my backpack to school. The only time I can read it is before I sleep. And normally before I sleep, I'm only able to read a chapter or two from this book. So that's why I'm going through it slowly, but I'm hoping to read most of it, if not all of it, by the end of this weekend. I'm currently about halfway through the first book, so hopefully I can finish it tomorrow or Monday. Generally, hopefully I can finish it soon. So depending on when I manage to finish The Golden Compass, I may or may not read Practical Demon Keeping by Christopher Moore. Christopher Moore wrote one of my favorite books of all time, Lamb. And Lamb was one of those books where I knew that I enjoyed the author's writing style, the author's sense of humor. So the moment I saw a couple of Christopher Moore's books on this massive sale the other day, I just had to pick them up. I actually bought this and another book, Fluke, but this one's shorter, and it's also his first book ever written, so I figured between the two, I should probably read this one first. But they were so cheap, I was so happy. This is about 75 pesos, which is less than $2, and this one was 50 pesos, which is just a bit more than $1. So I'm happy with that. But regardless of when I managed to finish The Golden Compass, a book that I definitely plan on reading this week is A Storm of Swords, which is the third book in A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I plan to read this book in March, but from what I've heard, this is actually the best book out so far. So I didn't want to read it at a time when I wasn't sure if I could totally focus on reading it. But later this week, there are gonna be 3 days when we don't have classes because of Holy Week. So I figured I should take that opportunity to get to reading this book that I've been wanting to read for so long. Anyway, those are the books I read, I'm currently reading, and plan to read. What are your reading plans for the next week? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you watched this video and liked it and haven't yet subscribed to me. Also, please follow me on Twitter if you haven't yet. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!